Hello, welcome to the short Pilates mat work session that's going to focus a little bit on the core and the lower body. So not a whole lot on the upper body today. Just mainly core work and lower body. The only prop that you might need, and not all of you will need it, is maybe a strap, a band, maybe a hand towel, something like that. When we go into double leg kick, if you cannot comfortably bind your hands behind you where your wrists are happy, your shoulders are happy, elbows are happy, everything is happy, then I strongly recommend having a little prop to help you do that. I'm going to use this yoga strap here to do it, but you can use a belt, hand towel, resistance band, anything that's about probably from here to here in length should be adequate. I'm going to put this to the side. Other than that, we don't need anything else. And let's get started. Let's start on our backs. So we're coming supine. And let's just open things up a little bit here. So I'm going to take the feet as wide as my mat and just let my knees windshield wiper from side to side here. My belly button is in. So this helps loosen up the back, low back a little bit, helps get into the hips a little bit, especially if this is a morning practice for you or you've been sitting for a long time. This is just really great to kind of get into those special areas. Good. And then let's bring those feet back in, one knee at a time, taking the knees into the chest, holding behind the knee. Get a nice squeeze here. Envision lengthening from crown to tail. Good. And then let's just take the hands to the knees. Let's make some circles. Good. And then the other direction. And let's go into some dynamic twisting. So I'm going to start by taking my arms out to the side. Good. My knees are going to come into tabletop. So knees are over the hips. Shins are parallel to the floor. Good. I'm going to let those knees come over maybe halfway towards the left. And then I'm using my abs, bring them back in center. And other side, halfway to the right. And coming back center. And halfway to the left. And center. And halfway to the right. And center. Good, let's take them over to the left. Could we reach those legs long here? Bending the knees, coming back center, over to the right, reaching those legs long, bending the knees, and coming back in. Good. Let's take the legs long here. Good. So if you are newer, maybe have an issue or whatever going on, I'm going to encourage you to practice here in tabletop. Those of you that don't have any issues in the back and are a little bit more advanced can follow me through a pendulum. As you go through the pendulum, watch the toes. You want to keep them even. So you don't want the top toe to always slide back and that sort of thing. So try to keep that evenness there. So coming over maybe part way. And what that evenness does, it keeps the hips even. Okay. And again, I've got a wall on one side here, but we'll go over. Try to keep shoulders grounded as best as you can. Good. Now from here, we're going to take this into a circle. I'm going to reach. This can also be done with bent knees. And circle 2. If your back gets involved, don't go as low. And 3. Let's reverse that. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Coming back up to center, bend the knees. Take those knees all the way over to the left. And look to the right. Really breathe and expand through that rib cage here. When you're ready, head back to center, using the abs to bring both knees in or maybe taking one leg at a time. Good. Once you come back to center, take it over to the right. Look to the left. Breathe and expand. My belly button is still in here. I'm not letting it go. I want to protect these SI joints here in the low back. So that's where the sacrum, the lower part of the spine, and the hip bones come together. And then you choose one leg at a time or using your abs to come back to center. Okay, let's reach those legs long in front of us, arms long behind us, full body stretch. Reach, 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 point and flex the feet. Bend and stretch the hands. Roll ankles and wrists in one direction and then in the other. Good. Bending those knees, we're going to go right into some pelvic tilting. So I'm in a neutral spine here, so my pubic bone and my hip bones are in the same plane. So they're nice and even. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. Good. I'm going to tilt the pelvis, the pubic bone towards my face. So when I do that, if I had any space under here, I'm closing that space. That's a posterior tilt. And then I'm going to rock that pelvis forward, taking the hip bones more forward, creating a little bit of space. That's an anterior tilt. Okay. So I'm just going to rock that forward and back. My belly button is in, but it's really in when I'm in that posterior tilt. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Knees in tabletop, going right into some chest lift. Arms up. Inhale, exhale, nod the chin. Lift the chest and shoulders. Reach long and strong. Gazes to the mid-thigh. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, exhale, take that down. Inhale, exhale, see, curve it up and reach. Good. You choose feet back on the ground, knees in tabletop or long diagonal line, going right into those hundreds. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, belly button in. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look at thighs. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift up higher, reach deeper, and take that down. Wiggle, 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 side to side. Okay, let's go to an opposite arm, leg lift. So I'm going to take my legs in front of me, arms behind me. So as I lift my left leg, my right arm is going to lift. Now they're not crossing over, they're not touching each other. They're just lifting and taking it back. And again, other side. And here's 2. Belly button stays in here as well. And 4. Good. Now we're going to switch this up. Good. When you come up, lift up and cross. 1. Lift and cross. Lift and cross. 2. Lift and cross. And 3. Exhale as you lift for 4. Good. Adding on again, lift, pulse, pulse, lower. 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 One more time. Pulse, pulse, lower. Pulse, pulse, lower. Bring those knees in. I felt that. I hope you did too. Let's stretch out the hamstrings here and prepare them for some deeper work. So I'm going to let my right foot stay down and stay bent. That's what my back needs. If you're okay in the back, you don't need that. You can take that leg nice and long in front of you. Taking hands long behind that left leg, traveling up as high as you can go. Give a gentle tug in, little micro bend in this knee. Upper body is grounded here. And maybe a point and a flex to that foot. Breathing. So breathe into the stretch. Be mindful that pain, numbness, tingling, burning not normal sensations. So if you feel those, you want to back off until you don't. Good. Maybe roll that ankle while we're here. So a lot of times while I'm doing the stretch, I like to do these ankle movements because it gives me a little bit of a stretch in the top part of the foot, which can be hard to get into sometimes. We also want to keep that ankle mobility nice and fluid. If we do not, it can hinder our mobility as we age. And we use our ankles when we walk. We want to be able to walk well. Good. And then when you're ready, good. Let's take this into a circle while we're up here. So you choose. Smaller circles are challenging, but you have a little bit more control over the core. Okay. Larger circles are also challenging in a different way, but requires a little bit more core control to keep the hips grounded. So you choose what size circle is appropriate for your body. We're going to do 6 in each direction. So from here, when you're ready, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring that leg in. We're going to switch sides. So you can have a bend or keep that right leg long. Take the hands behind that right leg. Let them travel up as high as they can go. Good. Again, a little micro bend. Upper body is grounded. And go ahead and start pointing and flexing through that foot. Good. And maybe rolling. If you feel a snap or hear a snap, crackle, pop sensation, hopefully you're not hearing mine. That's okay. That just means that there's air in the joint. As long as there's no pain associated with that snap, crackle, pop, we are all good. Good. And then when you're ready, good. We're going to go into the circles here. So try to do the same kind of circle that you did on the other side. So if you did small on the other side, you need to do small over here. If you did large, do large over here so you're more balanced and even. And when you're ready, here we go. 6. I'm trying not to hit my wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And bring those knees in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's roll over onto our left side. Now, I said left side because if I'm on my left side, that's the side that puts me first facing the camera. It doesn't really matter what side you start with because we're going to do the same thing on both sides. So coming into a side series here, you can choose. You can totally be here. Just make sure you're not doing this. You're nice and lifted. Try to be lifted in the torso. You can be here. You can be down here. You can be here. Be where you're comfortable. And I'm going to recommend that just for time's sake here. So I'm going to do this the more advanced way. So I've got a long line from shoulder to hip to ankle. You could do this 45 degrees. That's a little bit easier, or bend that bottom knee. Okay. So be where you need to be for you. And you don't want to be back here on the glute. You want to be on the hip bone. So it should feel like if your hand is not here, that you're going to fall over if you're in the right spot. Your hand can be here. Those of you that are more advanced with that won't need to put the hands here. Maybe you come up here or down here. You choose what works for you. I'm going to be here today. Good. So reaching that top leg. You can point the foot if you would like, but careful not to do it so much that you get a foot cramp. And we're going to lift. And we're going to lift for 6. Nice and slow and controlled. Resist in the lift. Resist on the down. And 2. And 3. Hip, knees, and toes track forward. 4. 5. And 6. Go into the circles. Keep the pelvis even and stable. Don't move it around. Go 6. 5. 4. Really squeeze that glute when you take it back there. 3. 2. And 1. Let's go into a side bicycle here. So I'm going to bend. I'm going to reach. Good. And 2. 3. I'm trying to keep foot, knee, and hip in that same plane. 4. 5. And 6. Now we will reverse pedal. So we're going to come up and take it back. Whoops. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Good. Bend in that knee. Take that foot right here. We're going to get some lifts into this inner thigh here. So go ahead and bring this bottom leg into a hover. And when you're ready, 6. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Good. Let's get a quad stretch in the front leg. Grabbing the foot, the ankle, your pants, whatever it is you've got. Good. Take the hip forward as you take the knee back. Find that nice stretch right along the front of that thigh. Breathe through it. And when you're ready, we'll release that. We're going to come to prone position. So this is belly down. Good. So this is where you're going to want to have your strap or whatever it is that you're using if you need something for double leg kick. We're going to start with swan first. Now I'm going to go up into the high swan, but if you need a baby swan or a medium swan, take that. My feet are going to stay grounded. I'm going to take my hands a little forward into the side of the shoulders. Elbows are down. Shoulders are back. My front body, my belly is zipped up and in. Inhale. Exhale. Find a baby, a medium or a high. And lower that down. Careful not to hang in the back. Crunch the back. Hang in the shoulders. And exhale. Come up for 2. And lower. And exhale. Come up for 3. And lower. Exhale. Come up for 4. And lower. Good. Going into single leg kick here. Good. I like to clasp my hands. I'm zipping up. I'm rolling my shoulders back. Good. I'm not letting the belly go here. I'm still nice and tight to protect that low spine. When we kick, it'll look like this. Okay. You want to really squeeze the glute. If you're not squeezing the glute, this is a really pointless exercise. Okay. So we're nice and supported. We're zipped up, starting with the right side. Here we go. Pull, pull, lower. 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 Squeeze that glute. Pull, pull, lower. One more time. Pull, pull, lower. Pull, pull, lower. Come down, take a short break. Wiggle, wiggle. If you need to, press back into a child's pose here. If your back needs that, listen to your body and take that real quick. Otherwise, those of us that are going to use the prop here for double leg kick, we'll bring that in. So I'm just going to kind of take it along the low back here. Couple things you can do based on comfort. You can keep your arms and hands about shoulder width apart, or you can work them together. Coming together is where I'm going to use it here. Good. So I'm going to start being here. Good. My legs are together. Good. I'm going to work in Pilates today. There's some people that like to work in a Pilates V. And if that's you, feel free to go there. From here, again, squeezing the glutes. Reach and lift. Good. And coming down. Pull, pull, reach and lift. Back down. Reach and lift. And coming down. Pull, pull, reach and lift. And coming back down. Good. We're going to take a child's pose and transition to side series on the other side. So we'll come over here. Good. Good. Try to set yourself up the same way you did on the other side. And I realize that shoulders are a little different. The reason you want to do that is because if you always do something stronger on your stronger side and something modified on the other side, then you're always going to have a stronger and a weaker side. You're always going to have that imbalance. Okay, so try to stick with the weaker side until it gets stronger to come with the stronger side. Good. So setting yourself up here, wherever it is you need. I think I was up here. Good. And when you're ready, good. Zipping up. Good. And I'm going to point and we're going to lift. 6, 5, almost said 7. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now taking that into circles. Forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that into the bicycles. Go 1, 2. Harder for me on this side. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to bring this foot in, hovering that bottom leg, inner thigh lift. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming into a quad stretch, find the grip that's appropriate. Take the hip forward, knee back. So this is a sideline version of a stretch that you can also do standing. There's also a kneeling version of it that's more a yoga pose, but doable. And when you're ready, good. We're going to come back onto our back, knee back supine. We're going to get back into some core here. Good. So we're not going to do the whole series of 5 here, but we're going to do the last 3. So I'm going to bring my knees in. We're going to prepare for double leg stretch. So my knees are in. I'm going to C curve up. And here we go. 1, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Bringing that in. Double straight leg stretch. Upper body can be grounded or lifted. Here we go. Inhale on the lower. Exhale, lift 1. Exhale 2. Exhale 3. Woo. Exhale 4. Exhale 5. Exhale 6. Exhale 7. till 8. Good. Coming down, setting up for the crisscross. Remember, crisscross, lead with the shoulder, not with the elbow. It is more effective for that waistline. And here we go. 1, 2, hips stay grounded. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bring that down. Woo! Let's roll like a ball here. Coming up, coming all the way forward. We're going to do a plank series here. I'm going to demo this up high, but this whole series can also be done down on the forearm. So you choose what is appropriate for your body. For me, it's actually easier if you're up high. It's harder for me if you're on the forearm, but there's other people that think up high is harder and forearms is easier. You choose. So starting with your plank first. And these can always be grounded here. Good. Come in a good plank form. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right side and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees. Child's pose. Good. Let's finish with some mermaids here. Good. So different ways you can sit for a mermaid. You can have both feet to the side. If you're familiar with the Z position, you can take that one, which is what I'm going to take here. Good. So I've just got a nice little Z shape. Take a big inhale. Exhale. My feet are to my right. I'm going to side bend to my left. And reaching over. Get a nice side stretch. Moving through center, using those obliques. Counter stretching over. Let's add on rotation this time, coming up, taking it over. Good. And rotating. Opening up, moving through center, and counter stretching over. And when you're ready, we will switch out our feet. So feet can be here to the other side, or find your Z shape. Whatever works best for you. And when you're ready, big inhale, exhale. Good. Other side. And reaching over. And moving through center, taking it to the other side. Counter stretch. Let's take that into a rotation. Coming over. And rotating and reaching. Feels so good. Opening up. Moving through center. And counter stretching over. Good. Thank you so much for practicing with me on this short mat work class for core and lower body. I hope it was a fabulous start to your day, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye-bye.